Assalamu alaikum students, welcome back. In the last session we have discussed about different types of soils found in India. Mainly three soils we have seen: alluvial soil, black soil and red and yellow soil. In today's session I am going to continue with the fourth type of soil, laterite soil. You need map from your textbook. Map is already given in your textbook to identify the region, the area where different types of soils are found. Laterite has been derived from the Latin word later, which means brick. The laterite soil develop in areas with high temperature and heavy rainfall. This is result of intense leaching due to heavy rain, and humus content of the soil is low. Reason behind that, most of the microorganisms, particularly the decomposers like bacteria, get destroyed due to high temperature in the regions. More about laterite soil. Laterite soils are suitable for cultivation with adequate doses of manners and fertilizers as lack of humus. These soils are mainly found in Karnataka, Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Madhya Pradesh and hilly areas of Odisha and Assam. After adopting appropriate soil conservation techniques, particularly in hilly areas of Karnataka and Kerala and Tamil Nadu, the soil is very useful for growing tea and coffee. As we know that Kurg region in Karnataka and Nilgiri region in Kerala and Tamil Nadu well known for coffee and tea respectively. Red laterite soil, not red soil but red laterite soils in Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh and Kerala are more suitable for crops like cashew nut. So this is about the laterite soil. Next one, fifth one, right soil. Right soil range from red to brown in color. They are generally sandy in texture and saline in nature. In some areas, the salt content is very high and common salt obtained by evaporating the water. Due to the dry climate, high temperature, evaporation is faster and the soil lacks humus and moisture. Of course, in the dry region with the high climate, so lack of humus and moisture. The lower horizons of the soils are occupied by conker because of increasing calcium content downwards. After the proper irrigation, these soils become cultivable, as has been in the case of western Rajasthan due to availability of irrigation through Narmada project, canals over there. So after proper treatment and irrigation, soils in this kind of soils in Rajasthan now cultivable. Now the next one, the last type of soil we are going to discuss, forest soils, also known as mountainous soils. These soils are found in the hilly and mountainous areas where sufficient rainforests are available, mainly in the part of the Himalayan region. The soil's texture varies according to the area, according to the mountain environment where they are formed. They are loamy and silty in valley sides. Of course, in the valley sides, rivers carry various sediments and deposit. So, in valley sides, loamy and silty, and coarse grain in the upper slopes, because in this upper slope wash away by the rivers and water. In the snow covered areas of Himalayas, these soils experience denudation and acidic with low humus contents due to high altitude region. The soils found in lower parts of the valleys, particularly on the river terraces or alluvial fans, are fertile. So this is about all different types of soils are found in India. And the last topic I am going to discuss today, last topic of this chapter about soil erosion and conservation methods. So let's see about the soil erosion, meaning of soil erosion. The denudation of the soil cover and subsequent washing down described as soil erosion. Sometimes we call that upper layer of soil wash away due to water, wind and glacier is known as soil erosion. The process of soil formation and soil erosion go hand in hand, and generally there is balance between the two. But sometimes this balance is disturbed due to human activities like deforestation, overgrazing, construction and mining, etc. While natural forces like wind, glacier and water lead to soil erosion. The running water cuts through the clayey soils and makes deep channels known as gullies. The land becomes unfit for cultivation known as bad land. Because of soil erosion in many regions, that land become unfit, difficult to grow, sometimes even next to impossible to grow crops in such regions. That is called bad land. In Chambal Basin, such bad lands are called ravines. Sometimes water flow as sheet over large area down a slope. In such cases, the topsoil is washed away because of water flow. This is known as sheet erosion. Wind blows soil off flat or sloping land known as wind erosion, because sometimes because of heavy wind, materials or grains, particles of the soil carried away by wind, that is known as wind erosion. Soil erosion also caused due to defective methods of farming. For example, plowing in wrong way up and down the slope from channels for the quick water flow, leading soil erosion. So those are the main reasons of soil erosion. Now let's see about the conservation method, how to reduce soil erosion. Because soil erosion lead to degradation of quality of soil, and it is required to preserve the soil. So let's see the conservation methods. Ploughing along the counter line can decelerate the flow of water down the slopes. Instead of growing like slopes on the agriculture cultivation on the slopes from up to down, here counter side decelerate the flow of water down the slope. This is called counter ploughing. So first, counter ploughing. Second, steps can be cut out on the slopes, making terraces. Terrace cultivation restricts soil erosion. Second, terrace farming. Western and central Himalayas have well developed terrace farming. Next, large field can be divided into strips. Strips of grass are left to grow between the crops. This breaks up the force of the wind. This method is known as strip cropping. And the last one, the shelter belt. Planting lines of trees to create shelter also work in the similar way. Rows of trees are called shelter belt. These shelter belts have contributed significantly to the stabilization of sand dunes and stabilizing the desert in western India as well as in the coastal region. Such kind of shelter belts prevent expansion of salinity due to wind. So here about some conservation method. So with this last topic, this chapter is over here. In WhatsApp group, I shall provide you notes of this chapter, NCERT questions and solution, as well as extra questions with the solution. So this is all you need to write in your regular notebook. And there is one more thing, is map activity. map is already given in your textbook. The same map, different regions and different types of soils you have to do in on a outline political map of India, as we had discussed before. Thank you so much for watching video. See you soon.